الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. اللهم لا مانع لما أعطيت ولا معطي لما منعت ولا ينفع ذا الجد منك الجد. رب اشرح لنا صدورنا ويسر لنا أمورنا واحلل عقدة من ألسنتنا يفقهوا قولنا. اللهم اهدنا لمراجع أمورنا ونعوذ بك من شرور أنفسنا ونوّر قلوبنا بمعرفتك واشرح صدورنا بنور كتابك وسنة نبيك واحفظنا عن زلل وخطأ في بيان مرادك. بسم الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أما إذا استعملت في الزمان بأن يقول أنت طالق غدا، فقال أبو يوسف ومحمد رحمه الله يستوي في ذلك حذفها أو إظهارها. Is when fi is used to indicate time. Is when he says that you are divorced tomorrow. Imam Abu Yusuf and Muhammad said it is same to omit it or mention it. حتى لو قال أنت طالق في غد, so much so that if you were to say that you are divorced in tomorrow, كان بمنزلة قوله أنت طالق غدا, it will be same in the state as when he says that you are divorced tomorrow. يقع الطلاق كما طلع الفجر في سورتين جميعا, that the talaq okay as fajr appears in both instances together. وذهب أبو حنيفة رحمه الله إلى أنها إذا حذفت يقع الطلاق كما طلع الفجر. That Imam Abu Hanifa, he took an opinion that if fi is omitted, then the talaq okay as fajr appears. وإذا أظهرت كان المراد وقوع الطلاق في جزء من الغد على سبيل الإبهام. That when fi is mentioned, so what will be intended will be that the occurrence of talaq in the portion from tomorrow in the way of unspecified. فلولا وجود النية يقع الطلاق بأول الجزء. And if not for the existence of intention, then talaq okay in the first part لعدم المزاحم له, because of non-existence of dispute for him. ولو نوى آخر النهار صحت نيته. But if he intends the last of the day, the last portion of the day, his intention will be correct.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So we continue with the huruf al-ma'ani. This is the second of the huruf al-jara, which is the letter fi, about tasabbaw fi. Aslan kalimatu fi li-dharf, and we mentioned yesterday that fi is used for dharf, meaning it shows place or time, an action or something is occurring within a particular space or in a particular time. They gave an example that if somebody says ghazaqtu thawban fi mindilin. Now obviously the thing that is contained within the zarf, that is called the mazroof. If I say Zaydun fi dar, for example, Zayd is in the house, then that obviously means that the house serves as a sort of container for Zayd. He has to be physically within the house for that sentence to be correct. He can't be outside of the house and you're saying Zaydun fi dar. Okay, so because of that, if someone has to say ghasabtu thawban fi mindilin, that I stole clothing in a sheet, then obviously the clothing has to be within the sheet. You can't have the dharf without the mazroof. That's why it is mentioned that if somebody says this, or he stole dates in a basket, and it will mean that he stole both the basket and the dates, or the clothes and the sheet, because the one is a zarf for the other. The one can't be separate from the other. Follow?
G.
Then they said that this word is used to show time, to show place, and to show fi'l. Now here by fi'l, they don't mean obviously the fi'l that we done in Nahu, but rather any word that shows the occurrence or the happening of a particular action. Meaning what? A masdar. Because as you know, fi can't come before a fi'l. Fi is harfu jar, only come before an ism, before a noun. So here by fi'l, they mean masdar. Okay? Not ماضي مضارع فعل جنة النحو فعل. So it's used to show specify or to show time, place or action. Now each one of the three will have a different hukam and will be used in a different way. So he's saying أما إذا استعمل في الزمان, number one, if it is used for time, بأن يكون in this manner that the person says أنت طالق غدا, that tells his wife you are divorced tomorrow. So the Sahibain rahimahullah, they say yes, it doesn't matter whether he says fi or he omits fi. أنت طالق في غد or أنت طالق غدا. In both instances, غدان becomes a zarf for the talaq, and it becomes a specific time. Because when you mention a zarf, then you are sort of confining something to that particular space or time. If I say Zaydun fi dar, then I'm confining him to be within the space of the house. So I'm confining him to that particular place. He's not outside the house, not in the masjid, not in the classroom, but rather in the house. So they say it doesn't matter whether you omit the fee or you use the letter, the participle fee. In both cases, the divorce will occur as soon as as soon as dawn breaks, as soon as Fajr sets in, the talaq will occur. See? Well, however, Imam Hanif
जी
says he has a different opinion. Agrees with him when the fee is omitted, when the fee is not mentioned. However, he says, إنها إذا حذفت يقع الطلاق كما طلع الفجر. And if the fee is omitted, not mentioned, understand? Then the divorce will occur as soon as dawn breaks, as soon as Fajr sets in. وإذا أظهرت كانت المراد وقوع الطلاق في جزء من الغد. However, if he mentions the word fee, then the divorce will fall in any portion of the day. على سبيل الإبهام, in an ambiguous manner, meaning any portion of the day a divorce could fall. Okay? Why? Because
जी
in this case here, the word day ghadan serves as a dharf, because he mentioned fee. It serves as a dharf for the talaq. So because day starts from Fajr, from break of dawn until sunset. So in any time between that space, then the divorce is definitely going to occur. Okay?
जी
Now he's saying فلولا وجود النية يقع الطلاق بأول جزء. However, if this person did not have an intention as to which portion of the day, then the talaq will fall in the first portion of the day as soon as Fajr sets in, as soon as dawn breaks. Why? لعدم المزاحم له, because there is nothing to contradict it, meaning that there's no niyyah from the side. Remember we did this before. There's no niyyah from the side of the person to contradict its occurrence as soon as the day sets in. So we will specify the first moment of the day because there is no niyyah from his side to contradict that. And that's why وَلَوْ نَوَى آخِرَ النَّهَارِ, if he had to make the intention of the end of the day before sunset, صَحَّ نِيَّتُهُ, his niyyah and his intention will be correct. So this difference of opinion between the Sahib and Imam Asaf goes back to that old discussion which we mentioned before. That where remember we did something and an action can be when we did ada and qada. An action can either be what do you call this? Can either be a mizan or it can be a dharf. Okay. So Sa'ib say in both cases it will be a dharf. Remember we said a dharf means what? That the action takes place and there's still time thereafter. Example, they gave the example of salah. The Dhuhr Salah time is about 2 or 3 hours from Dhuhr to Asr. It takes about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to read Salah, but then there's plenty of time still left over of the Dhuhr Salah time. Follow? So that is what we mean by an
जी
action that's serving as a zarf. And if it is serves as a, what is the word now? If it serves as a, as a mizan for it, then it will cover the entire time, like fasting. And fasting from the first moment of dawn till the last moment of the day. Understand? That is the entire time, the entire spectrum is covered by that one action. So Imam Hanifa rahmatullah, he says that when it is omitted, understand, then it serves as a zarf, and as such, as soon as fajr comes in, it will fall. But if he says fi, then it becomes any time during that entire day. Which meaning, in other words, it's as if saying that you are divorced in some portion of the day. You follow?
True.
See, now ومثال ذلك في قول الرجل, the example of that, to clarify that's what Imam Hanifa is saying, is the statement of a person, إن سمت الشهر فأنت كذا, that if you fast for the entire month, الشهر, if you fast for this entire month, then you are XYZ. Okay, so she has to fast for the entire month for that shart to, for whatever it is, that my slave will be free, whatever. Okay. فإنه يقع على صوم الشهر, because this particular qasam, this oath, will occur upon the fast of an entire month. Because in this case here now, الشهر is mentioned without fee. ولو قال إن صمت في الشهر فأنت كذا فأنت كذا, that if you fast in the month, meaning any day in the month, then you are then XYZ. Okay. In this case here, the fast is the month is a zarf for the fast, meaning that it can occur in any day of the month, of that particular month. If she wants to fast, then this shart, this condition will come into play. يقع ذلك على الإمساك ساعة في الشهر, that will occur, whatever he said, will occur by abstaining from food, drink, with the intention of fasting, for even one moment in that month. Follow? Okay, so that's with regards to using it for zaman. Now makan, second one. وأما في المكان, if fi is used for makan to specify a place. فمثل قوله تعالى, the example is as a person's statement, أنت طالق في الدار وفي مكة يكون ذلك طلاقا على الإطلاق في جميع الأماكن. Then it says that you are divorced in the house, or you are divorced in Makkah. In that case there, the talaq will occur immediately, understand, in all places. Why? Because if the fi'l is such that it cannot be confined to a place, then the mentioning of a place makes no sense. Understand? If you can't say anti talikum that you are divorced in the house, outside the house you're not divorced. It doesn't work like that. Talaq doesn't work like that. Okay? Same thing with mentioning Makkah. Because these places are such that the particular action which he is mentioning and talking about is not specified to any place, cannot be specified or restricted to any place. You follow? So therefore the mentioning of a place in these instances will be laghu, will be superfluous, will be without meaning, without value. Okay? So it will be as if he didn't mention the place at all. Okay. وباعتبار معنى الظرفية قلنا إذا حلف على فعل وأضافه إلى زمان أو مكان فإن كانت. Now he's saying that there are two types with regards to specifying a place or time. This is now a second masla related to both. A second qaida study related to both. Second law related to both makan and zaman. That if the person is attributing an action, and that action is such, the fi'l is such, again, remember we talked about masdar here, the action is such that it requires a maf'ul for the effect of that verb to be understood, or the effect of the verbs to be felt. If the action is such, it requires the presence of a maf'ul for the effects of that action to be felt. You following? Then we will consider then it is necessary for the maf'ul to be in that particular place or time. even if the file isn't. And if the maf'ul is not required, if a maf'ul is not required for the effect of that action to be felt or seen, then it is necessary for the file to be in that particular place or time, even if the maf'ul is not there. You following?
G.
So I'll go back one step. Remember in the beginning I said what? That you have a dharf. Then there must be something inside. The mathruf must be inside the dharf. If I say the dates are in the bucket, then it must be inside the bucket, can't be next to the bucket. I said otherwise missing inside the bucket doesn't make sense. If I say Zaydun fit dar, it is necessary for Zayd to be inside the house physically. You follow?
Sure.
G.
Because I'm saying he's in that particular space or time. So keeping that in mind, if I attribute it now, if I'm using such an action, if I'm mentioning such a fail, attributing such a fail to space or time, understand? And that action does not require any maf'ul for the effect of it to be felt. It is necessary for the fa'il at least to be in that particular space or time. Otherwise, the zarf that he mentioned is without any meaning. And if it is required for the maf'ul and for the effect of that action to be felt, then the maf'ul at least must be in that place or that space, that place or time for that sentence to be fulfilled. Otherwise, it won't. To understand from the example, this is not fairly lazim and muta'addi from nahwa. Don't get confused with that. This is not. He's not speaking about fairly lazim and muta'addi from nahwa. This is something else. For example, is can mention in front swearing somebody. Does the person that you are swearing, abusing, does he have to be in front of you?
No.
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 You can swear somebody and that person is sitting in another country. And so that's what is meant here in the sort of fiqh. But if you are using such a verb, understand, and it's not necessary for the maf'ul to be there for the effect of that action. For you to hear the effects of that abuse, he doesn't have to be there. Anybody can hear what I'm saying. Understand? He himself physically doesn't have to be there for me to tell him to his face. So if such a verb is being used and it has been tied to a particular place or time. For example, if I don't swear you in my house, if I don't abuse you verbally abuse in my house, my slave is free. So it's not necessary. So at least the file, must be in the house, even if the maf'ul isn't there. Okay.
Sure.
G.
And if it is such a verb where the maf'ul is required for the effect of the verb to be seen, for example, hitting. You can't have hitting without the person being there in front of you. You can't say I hit Zaid and he's not there, and he wasn't even there. He's in a different country. There's no hitting at all. Hitting doesn't take place. You follow?
G.
If I say I swear to, if I don't hit you in my house, then my wife is divorced. So at least he must be inside the house, the maf'ul. Okay, even if I am not in the house. Understood?
Clear.
Okay. So now he's saying إذا حلف على فعل وأضافه إلى زمان أو مكان فإن كان الفعل مما يتم بالفعل يشترط كون الفاعل في ذلك الزمان والمكان. If a person takes an oath upon an action, to do an action, and he attributes that action to a specific time or a specific place. So if that verb is from, if that action is from such actions that it can be completed, meaning that the effect of that action can be seen or can be felt by the fa'il only, and without requiring a maf'ul. يشترط كون الفاعل في ذلك الزمان أو المكان, then it is a condition that the fa'il, the doer of the action, then he must at least be in that place or that particular time, even if the maf'ul is absent. You follow?
G.
وإن كان الفعل يتعدى إلى محل يشترط كون المحل في ذلك الزمان والمكان. And if the action is such that it is required, it is transferred to, ya mahal means maf'ul. don't get confused. محلية means, I don't know if you've got a footnote there in your kitab. محلية is مفعول. If it is transferred, if the action is such that its effect is transferred to a maf'ul, it is conditional that the maf'ul and the must be present in that particular time or space for that harf to be fulfilled. Otherwise, even if the file is not. Okay? So I basically same thing what I just said now. Okay?
Clear.
Right. Why? لأن الفعل إنما يتحقق بأثره وأثره في المحل. Why is it different? Because an action can only be realized, can only be coming to being by its effect. Understand? And its effect can only be seen in the maf'ul. In the second one, yeah. An action can only come into being by its effect. Understand? And the effect can only happen if there's a maf'ul, like heating. You can't have heating without a maf'ul. Understand? The effect of heating won't take place without the presence of a maf'ul. Okay?
جي.
Right, now look at the examples, you understand better. فقال محمد رحمه الله تعالى في الجامع الكبير. Imam Muhammad رحمه الله تعالى says in his kitab جامع الكبير إذا قال إن شتمتك في المسجد فكذا. And if I abuse you in the masjid, in X, Y, Z. فشتمه وهو في المسجد. Now, shatam is not an action which requires the presence of the maf'ul in this particular place, the masjid, for that abuse to take place, for that action to take place. Yes?
Okay.
Again, we're not talking about نحو فعل مفعول لازم متعدي, sorry. فشتمه وهو في المسجد. So he abuses him while the fa'il is in the masjid. والمشتوم خارج المسجد. And the object of his abuse is outside the masjid. يحنث, his oath would have his oath will be broken. Listen.
جي.
Juma.
ولو كان الشاتم خارج المسجد والمشتوم في المسجد لا يحنث. In the opposite way. And if the abuser is outside the masjid and the object of his abuse is inside the masjid, then it won't. Understand? Then it won't occur. Okay? He won't have fulfilled his vow. Okay?
جي.
ولو قال إن ضربتك أو شججتك في المسجد فكذا. And similarly, if he says different action now, if I hit you or if I injure you, شججتك, if I injure you inside the masjid, in A, B, C. For example, my save is free. يشترط كون المضروب والمشجوج في المسجد. It is a condition that the madrub, the person that he intends to hit or the person that he intends to injure, must be in the masjid, the maf'ul, even if he's outside. ولا يشترط كون الضارب والشاج فيه. It's not necessary for the person handing out the beating or the person causing the injury to be inside the masjid. The fire doesn't have to be inside the masjid as long as the maf'ul is there. Why? Because this is such an action that requires the presence of the maf'ul in the dharf. Okay?
Sure.
جي.
ولو قال, you understanding or you're just saying G? Understanding?
I understand.
You understand, Mala?
Alhamdulillah.
But he will not be breaking his oath then if the darib is not there.
Yes, correct. ولو قال إن قتلتك في يوم الخميس فكذا. And if the person says, if I kill you on Thursday, then A, B, and C. فجرحه قبل يوم الخميس. So he injured him before Thursday. However, ومات يوم الخميس, he still died Thursday. So again, قتلتك, if I kill you on Thursday. So although he injured him before that, but because death took place on Friday, which is the specific ظرف الزمان, then في يوم الخميس. يحنث, his oath would stand. I don't know why I think broken. His oath has been fulfilled, so his slave becomes free. Understand? ولو جرحه يوم الخميس ومات يوم الجمعة لا يحنث. However, if he had to injure him on Thursday and he only died on Friday, understand? Then in that case, his oath will stand. It won't have been fulfilled. It won't have been broken. Okay? ولو دخلت كلمة في الفعل تفيد معنى الشرط. Now this is the third one. So we did zaman, we did makan, this is the third one. And if the fa kalima, if the fa participle, it enters with a fi'l, meaning a word showing an action, mastar, to give the meaning of shart. قال محمد رحمه الله تعالى. So this one is pretty simple. إذا قال أنت طالق في دخول دار, and if the person does drive, you are divorced if you enter the house. في will be telling there's shart. If you enter the house, or by the entering of your house, you are divorced. Okay? So as you can see, دخول is a masdar of دخل يدخل. It's a noun which shows an action taking place, the occurrence of an action. فهو بمعنى الشرط. In this case here, في is in the meaning of شرط. فلا يقع الطلاق قبل دخول الدار. So therefore, طلاق will not take place prior to the entering of the house. ولو قال, and if they say أنت طالق في حيضتك, again same thing, understand that you are divorced if you get your menses. So in كانت في الحيض وقع الطلاق. If she is in حيض at that particular moment when he said this, the طلاق will fall immediately. وإلا يتعلق الطلاق بالحيض. Otherwise, the talaq will remain suspended until until a hayd occurs, whenever that might be. Okay?
Sure.
That's pretty simple في meaning of in. And it's the same as saying in حيضتي فأنت طالق, or in دخلت الدار فأنت طالق. They will be using that same meaning. Okay?
Sure.
ولو قال وفي الجامع and in Jam, probably Jami al-Kabir, Imam Muhammad rahimahullah said, أنت طالق في مجيء يوم, that you are divorced with the coming of the day, or if the day comes, if the day approaches. لم تطلق حتى يطلع الفجر. She will not be divorced until dawn breaks, until Fajr comes in, sets in. Okay, because he said مجيء يوم, with the coming of the day you are divorced. ولو قال في مضي يوم, and if you said with the passing of the day, with the passing of the day, إن كان ذلك في الليل وقع الطلاق عند غروب الشمس, that if that was said at night, then the talaq will fall as soon as sun sets the next day, meaning you count 24 hours. Okay, till the next sunset. Follow?
Sure.
G.
You said it at night.
Yeah, because he said it at night. So you don't fall immediately, it will fall because he said mudi yawmin, but the passing of the day. So you have to wait a full day. The next day it will only occur as soon as the night falls again. لوجود الشرط. Why? Because of the presence, or the presence of the shart, meaning that the shart is now been found. وإن كان في اليوم تطلق حين تجيء من الغد تلك الساعة. And if you mention this in the day, then she will divorce by the coming of that hour the next day. And so you said it at 11 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock she will be divorced, because مضي اليوم, passing of a day. Okay, so 24 hours basically. Follow?
Sure.
G.
So that's pretty simple there. وفي الزيادات, and in زيادات it is mentioned لو قال أنت طالق في مشيئة الله تعالى, you are divorced if Allah Ta'ala wishes. أو قال في إرادة الله, if Allah Ta'ala wills. كان ذلك بمعنى الشرط, that is the meaning of شرط, حتى لا تطلق, therefore she will not be divorced. Why? Gee, why not?
Because it's saying because of the Mashiach of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah, so
Nobody will know it unless one does.
Because you
nobody
want
will
to know, you want
exactly.
to know if Allah.
Nobody can know. Who can know what the will of Allah Ta'ala is, or what the irada of Allah Ta'ala is? So because that's mubham, with no chance of finding it out, so therefore it won't occur, it won't fall. It will just become lahu. Understand?
Sure.
MashaAllah, very good, well done.
G.
Gee, any questions? Anything you didn't understand?
Alhamdulillah, understood it.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Gee, okay, so tomorrow we'll try to finish Ba as well, also, and then we download the Huruf al-Ma'ani. And then we've got one more chapter to go to complete Kitabullah. From there, if we are alive next year, inshallah, and Moulana Mufti Sam allows us, we can continue on to the next one, which is the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, inshallah.
Inshallah.
I don't know how long it's going
Inshallah.
to take. In my kitab, it's still about something like 25, 26 pages total there. So I don't know what when are you stopping again? The week before the exam? Third week of November?
Yeah, about the last week of November.
Last week of November. Okay, inshallah, hopefully. Barring any unforeseen
We can,
circumstances, we should be able to finish it, inshallah. I mean, you make dua, inshallah. I'll make dua as well.
see,
Okay.
even if
Please.
we don't finish Moulana, we can stretch it even into December, maybe 5 or 7. There's no problem.
Okay, we'll see, inshallah. I don't want to also impose on your study time as well. Maybe we can see how it goes.
Okay, sure.
Jazakallah khair for that. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
Or with your people's ikhlas, inshallah, that I accept our niyyah and our amal also, inshallah. And with your effort that you are making to attend
Inshallah.
class at this time every day also, inshallah. I really appreciate it. Allah Ta'ala reward you greatly and use you all for the khidmah of deen, inshallah. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
وعليكم السلام.